Ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghouls, kindred of all ages, Vampire the Masquerade is a mature role-playing game. For these reasons, you will see some things here that you may not agree with. Trust us, we probably don't agree with them either. None of these things are the opinions of the players, but monstrous things do happen, and this is a bit of a monstrous game. At least it would be if it was still Vampire. Alright, Lawkeeper.
Hello. So, last time on our session, and I'll make this very quick, the three remaining coterie members, Lex, Alyssa, and Elizabeth, all were escaping from a falling church building at the loss of their prince. They made their way to a bunch of houseboats on the canal, where Elizabeth broke into one, killed a child, killed two adults, and one of the children escaped. Lex fucked off with Alyssa and found a house to sort of knock on the door and demand help. Whilst he was doing that, he also made some phone calls. Elizabeth, coming out of the houseboat and not seeing Lex or Alyssa, decided to meld into the ground to escape the daylight as it was getting very close. Back at the house, Lex just kind of left Alyssa and just wandered off, thinking that he'd done his job. Because he might have tried to call this light. What a wanker. Alyssa wakes up because she was kind of in a bit of a coma-like state after being smashed to pieces by Infernal Arlo. And she woke up and tried to leave the house. She had a chat with the guy who she asked him for some clothes, some painkillers. She tried to leave the house, and this poor guy whose house it was got shot dead. So she made an escape through the back door, but was met with resistance with two guys in sort of like riot gear, and they knocked her out. And as she went down, her last thoughts were of her one true love, the prince. And as that happened, bones sort of exploded from the earth, as well as ash. And Elizabeth got ejected from the ground. She also met with some resistance, these guys in riot gear and guns. And they got her. And as Lex was walking away, quite happy with himself, like, he's got rid of some people, he was also met with the same resistance. And all three of them were taken to somewhere with bags over their heads. Alyssa had a nightmare, because why would she not? And as she was having a nightmare, she could hear the prince singing her a lullaby of Hush Little Baby, because that's not weird. When Alyssa and Lex woke up, he kept calling her sister, and she wasn't having that, and she broke out of her restraints to kind of stop him. As he did, he used all of his power to convince her that he was in fact her brother. And it worked. She believes that he is her brother. But that wasn't going to stop her from hurting him. He started screaming, and a bunch of guards came in. Turns out they are working for the Prince of Doncaster. And so Elizabeth, Alyssa, and Lex all got taken to this prince, who asked a bunch of questions. Lex sold everyone down the river, trying to preserve his own life. Elizabeth is also not very good at speaking without thinking, and started giving away a bunch of secrets, and in a sort of roundabout way kind of wanted to save her own skin a little bit. And Alyssa just remained silent because she's not dumb. She's been in Camarilla situations before. Deny everything. Don't say a word. Whilst this was all happening, the prince called for a guy called Malachi, who came out of the shadows in the back of the room. And yeah, turns out Malachi is actually the prince reincarnated in a weird roundabout sort of way. And this time he's a solar exalted, not an abyssal exalted. Lex did a really stupid thing and called Malachi a shadow of the former prince. And Kai basically full anima bannered and then shot Lex dead. But before that could happen, Lex happened to shout Arlo 3 times, thus summoning the Infernal back into the world. Yay. Hooray. the shadows didn't get through where we currently were because the place is warded. And the Prince of Doncaster has basically said, we need to fix this problem because it's our problem and we've brought it upon his city. If we don't fix it, then yeah, if we are anywhere in his lands, he will just blood hunt us. He happened to hand Kai a golden gun, which we believe is Kai's ancestral weapon, a bit like Alyssa has Excalibur. And another new gentleman entered the room, and his name is Alex. And he has been sort of taught to babysit the others, because they are new to the lands, so to speak. Kai and Alyssa finally said I love you, at long last. It's only been, like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 episodes, and that happened. And they discussed how they were going to deal with Arlo, now that they were a little bit stronger, but still not greatly strong, because Alyssa's still damaged. And Elizabeth kind of looked at Lex's body and went, well, I could turn him into a Capri Sun, I guess, and hope for the best. So Elizabeth drank Lex's blood and turned into a fire-blooded dragon, and that is where we left off.
You missed one essential thing there, Lawkeeper.
Did I know?
Before Elizabeth drank Lex's corpse, she was blood bonded to Alex.
Oh, well, I mean, there's that as well, but apparently I didn't think that was important.
Yeah.
So, to bring us back into the current scene, you are in some sort of a hotel, as far as you're able to tell, in a function room at the top of it. Outside, there is the sound of weird levels of minor destruction. Within this room are a few kindred, a few who are obviously of the Banu Hakim, the prince himself, who seems to be busying himself by looking through parts of a safe, picking bits out of it, what look like tomes and other small booklets, potentially for some use of his own, as he is a Tremere. And you as a group are situated around a bar, having just been introduced properly to Alex, who is affectionately, I believe, dubbed your babysitter while you're within Doncaster.
Seems that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a few moments to sort of get yourselves in order, but now comes the moment where there's not a lot left to do. Not a lot of preparation left to go. So, any last words or last thoughts or last requests?
I would like to close my eyes, and in my mind's eye, I would like to call out to either Lion, Luna, or Gaia and ask for their strength and wisdom, because I do not feel that I am strong enough still to deal with the problem that is at hand, and I'm frightened that I am not going to be able to protect the innocent.
How much of this is lip service? How much of this is actively trying to invoke a ritual?
Oh, it's actively trying. I'm desperate. I'm desperate for the help. Considering I'm still, not in the greatest of shapes.
You have no real active persuasion skills. Nothing really in terms of occult. But I am going to ask you just to roll your essence for me, which I believe is 2.
My essence?
Yep. You should have an essence score, not an essence pool.
Oh,
essence
score. So it is.
It's on page 4.
Yep, I see it.
In fact, add your rage in onto it as well.
Okay.
So roll 3.
3. No.
Well, it's a success. But there doesn't appear to be anyone at home. Nothing that's willing to answer you at this point in time.
Okay.
There's a slight pulse across your body as the tattoos flare and glow a little, your sort of spiritual muscles flexing. But nothing in particular.
Okay. If I don't hear or feel anything different, then I am going to concentrate on Excalibur.
Interesting. To what end?
I am going to, with my eyes closed, I'm going to hold my hand out in front of me in sort of a grasping motion. And I am going to think about Excalibur appearing in my hand.
Okay. So, you reach out with one hand, and in your mind's eye, you try and focus on the blade. But as you do, there's this weird echo past times of a male in moon silver armor reaching his hand out and summoning this massive blade into his hands. When you open your eyes, nothing is there. Apparently, that charm has not carried over to this incarnation. And it is a charm to do that.
Well, that goes my ideas.
Are you quite alright there?
Yeah, just praying to whatever is out there who might listen for some aid.
And who is it that you pray to?
Well, for lack of better words, I'm praying to Mother Nature in a way, and to the moon.
I
Oh.
see.
Okay, praying to the moon. I mean, I could try something kind of similar.
I
And
mean,
get down on my knees and get into a prayer stance. And I call upon the Holy Father above and the heavens to guide me.
Just so we're clear, you mean the unconquered son, not Jesus Christ, your Saviour, right?
Hmm?
You
Just
totally
being
mean the
clear.
unconquered son.
We're all about the unconquered son, not
The
like
unconquered
Jesus.
Yeah.
Because, let's be fair, you're in a vampire game. Not the first person to call on God. What to what end? Well,
I think we lost him again.
there's a good possibility, yes.
I believe so.
Yep, we lost him.
yeah, we've
He
gone.
has been fully disconnected.
God's sake.
I'm sure he will return promptly.
Would anybody else like to try praying to their deities? I mean,
I've
no,
only
it's a
just
bad
met
situation.
mine, so I don't really know what asking the massive fire dragon for help's going to really do. I mean, he's already given me powers, or she. I didn't really get a chance to speak much.
Okay. Right, fair.
Well, you're gonna have to.
It is better not to beg to your god, but to prove your action to your god.
Actually, would you roll me resolve and your resolve with 4 dice, please, Alex?
Of course. So my resolve is 3 plus 4 is 7. Five, and then 2.
So, that 2 successes, or were there any ones that cancel something out?
Yes, 2 success.
Okay. You have a bit of an expertise in this kind of area, Nicola. And amongst all 3 of them, there is not a jot of true faith.
Oh yes, I do, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
You do understand that to truly ask for something from something so potent as what you're asking, you truly need to believe and have faith in your words and your deeds.
Alyssa has probably the most out of all three of them. There's something growing there, but it's not quite ready.
You there, girl, you seem to have the embers of what you need, but you're not quite there. And then I'll make my eyes go pitch black with Oblivion Sight, just to add a bit of drama to what I'm saying. You must
Understood.
burn. You must burn from the inside of your faith. Oh, it is nothing.
I mean,
So,
I totally understand. However, please don't call me girl.
just for reference as well, as you ignite Oblivion Sight, and your irises go black and the white starts to turn, you do sort of look around each of them. And it's like there is this echo. One of them, they seem to have overlaying different layers to at least Kai and Alyssa. Like ghosts are around them in some way, shape, or form. On a completely separate note, there are also ghosts in this room.
I guess I've probably seen the ghost before anyway.
Yeah. The last time, you actually do remember some of the people, so you can actually identify some of them. Problem with wardings, things don't tend to get out as well.
But it's the two shadows that they have, the echoes, that are far more interesting. Do you feel the weight of what you carry upon you?
Well, I'm quite aware at this point that
No, do you truly understand what you carry? That is linked
yes,
to your very being.
yes, I'm saying I truly understand because I have seen my past lives. I have been carrying this weight for centuries, decades, eons, by the looks of it.
Yet you have no true faith.
I'm still trying to come to terms with stuff.
I could show you if you wished.
Perhaps that's best left for another time.
Perhaps if what you say is about to be unleashed, there will not be another time. In your condition, I doubt that you will survive what we're about to embrace.
What precisely are you trying to show, Alyssa?
Faith, something that you also, Malachi, do not have.
I do not have.
Trust me, I would see it upon you if you had it.
For a distinction for the basis of the audience and the basis for players and Alex, there is a difference between lip service faith and true faith.
Yeah.
Talking about all this is not going to help the current situation, though. I think, are best off going out full swinging at this thing.
You there, Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
One that has just in front of us all thrown away the gifts of the blood to embrace something new.
Yes.
Do you still feel bonded to me?
Yes. There is a definite feeling of not really loyalty, but you do kind of look on Alex a little more favourably.
It's there.
It is good to know that the blood is still strong, even with your strange talents.
Well, nothing like a trial by fire, eh? Shall we?
Are we just going to open the doors and run into this creature's waiting arms?
Well, if we are where I think we are, just to double check, I will quickly look out the window. Are we in the Dana Major?
No.
No, we're not. Oh, where are we?
And again, there are no windows to this room.
Oh, right. Which hotel are we in, per se?
In answer to that question, you would know this to be the Earl of Doncaster, Alex.
But I have not been asked yet.
I assume that was what was being asked.
That was Elizabeth asking, where we are, and
You, former kindred, are in
Mhm.
the hospitality of His Majesty Prince of Doncaster.
that's great. I'm asking what building we're in. I know Doncaster's layout. I used to live here.
Then you shall wait till the prince deems you important enough and free enough to know that information. You are still guests of this room, remember.
That's excellent. But if we're going out to face something, it would be nice to know the layout of where we're going, so we can potentially avoid collateral damage, avoid all sorts of things like that, and figure out the best way to fight this thing.
Then perhaps you should address your questions to His Highness over there, so he can give you the answers that you deserve to have.
I'm just gonna turn and look at Malachi. Malachi, surely you know where we are.
Yes, Malachi, you are within the hotel.
Dan?
I think Dan has gone again.
Stupid.
Malachi, unfortunately, is uncharacteristically silent at this as he contemplates where exactly he is.
This is the
Typical.
problem when you burn as bright as the sun. You destroy your connection.
Oh.
So, the prince makes a point of just looking across at you all. I'm pretty sure I said to go and handle this already. You're still here.
Yes, I'm just trying to work out the layout of where we are, Prince. It's
Your Majesty. That is the term you should refer to him as. Your Majesty.
we are in a crisis situation at the moment. I'm sure pleasantries can wait.
No, they can't.
On this, AJ, I will even roll the rose check. I start to make shadows form around Elizabeth, just to make a point.
Okay. So, Elizabeth,
Rouse
Mhm.
check.
yes, please make a rouse check.
I passed.
Surrounding you is a weird, almost tenebrous shadow. It seems to be extending out from Alex, making the room just darker by the second. It's starting to feel very cold in here, and the shadow itself seems to be distorting and moving around and just start blocking out pertinent points of light.
Okay, Your Majesty, which building are we in so that I can get a layout of where we are?
Thank you. I don't put the shadows away.
You see a very sort of slight smirk on the prince's lips as he sees this. Thank you, Alex. You're in the Earl of Doncaster.
Excellent, thank you.
You
That's
are
Bank
aware of where that is, yes?
That's Bank Street. That's the one at the top, isn't it, near Games Workshop?
No.
No, which one's the Earl? I can't remember. That's
You are on the road that leads to Doncaster Town Centre.
yes,
Head
that
the
one.
other direction, you'll end up at the race.
Yep.
The sounds of
Excellent.
it, and he just comically puts one hand to his ear. I would say the destruction's coming from nearby,
Mm-hmm.
probably closer to town than the racecourse.
Excellent. Thank you, Your Majesty. Shall we?
I think so, yes.
Do we have a plan of attack?
Now I know the layout and know that we are on a straight road that buses usually go down. We will have to find this creature and get it to somewhere slightly less populated.
Yes. Don't really want that much collateral out of this.
For you who are were recently kindred and you who have become mortal for quite some time, remember two traditions that must be of utmost importance. We must not break the masquerade, And also remember Dominion. This is not your land. This is His Majesty's land. Do not disrespect or destroy anything unnecessarily.
And that is why I was wanting to know the layout, so that we could take it to somewhere with less buildings to be destroyed, less people to be interrupted, etc.
Yes, but you have a habit of doing things on camera, madam.
Fair point. Shall we?
After you.
Open the doors and go to the lift/stairs.
Okay, there are a set of stairs that lead down, well, basically 2 floors, until you get to the front double doors. As is the entire party heading out that way?
Yeah.
Is there nothing else you need in any way, shape, or
Well, I'm not getting my sword. I'm not getting any armor. So, no. No, I don't think there's anything else.
then you head out onto the street.
Could I have a rules query, please, ST, before we go into whatever's going to happen next?
Please, by all means.
Shadows cast. I've obviously activated, and I have the shadows in a certain type of control. As I walk, can I still have that maintained, or do I have to do a separate roll to carry it on?
As far as it goes, the supernatural shadow extends from your body, so while your body is moving, you move with your body. It also lasts for the duration of a scene.
Right, yes.
So at the moment, until I basically say otherwise, it's perfectly active and can be as large or as small as you so choose.
So maintain it, and as we're traveling through civilized areas, it will just look like my shadow.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, stepping out onto the road, it's a relatively cold evening. Rather than keep with the time of year, directly is a sort of dark brown, reasonably tall building. To the left of that is what is the reads on the front as Rockingham House, which is a large, pale cream building. There are various cars throughout the entire of the street. You can tell behind, or at least you would definitely know behind these 2 buildings, Amy, is where Town Fields is.
Right.
It's a massive couple of acres worth of just field land and school property. As you look to your left upon exiting the building, you can see the road stretching off all the way up until it starts to basically embank on a hill that seems to head off into town. If you look to your right, you can see more trees and otherwise that carry on the side of the road as this seems to lead off towards what looks like, for those with reasonably good sensory perception, a race course in the distance. The destructive sound is coming from your left, so it's the one heading into town. However, it seems closer than town itself. It's more sort of behind you and to the left, so it seems to be behind the building and just continuing further down. For those who are Doncaster local at this point in time, or have memories of being local, you would take an estimation that there's probably a place known as Elmfield Park.
Right. So, I'm going to start walking there, and as I do, activate Ghostfire Arsenal to make a pair of flaming knuckle dusters. As
Okay.
that seems appropriate for us, or claws, whichever ones.
I hiss a little bit at this.
So, claws or knuckle dusters?
Claws.
Okay. Now, I'm going to just give you a moment. I'm going to let you think about it.
Wait a minute.
And I'm going to ask you again, what are you doing?
I can make any weapon at all, and as long as there's fire, I can reload it. But I don't have a firearm skill. Great.
AJ, where are we geographically wise when this is happening? Because I can't stop it because I don't know it's going to happen, but where are we when it happens?
I would take the assumption that you have started walking out onto the road, and you can see that Elizabeth is doing something.
Okay.
So you.
But I don't understand it because I don't know. I'm just kind of watching.
While
Here.
that is the case, you have seen Elizabeth's power source because that's what happened the second she took it on. There's a safe assumption that says that flames are involved in some way, shape, or form. So you've already given yourself a little bit of a distance.
Wait a sec. We're still in public, aren't we?
Very much so.
Yes.
I throw my shadow at her. I go for my shadow because at least I look like some kind of shadow on a camera.
Yeah. Bonus point. You don't show up on him.
Yes, that's a good point.
Right. Cameras.
So,
Wait. Cameras. Fuck. Not
Cameras, shadow.
Yet. Yeah. Not yet. No. Not yet.
God's sake.
Continue moving and find Arlo first. Sorry.
As you
Every
can see, sort of
time.
Amy sort of cracking knuckles and prepping up. There's this sort of spark appearing around things, and everyone just catches this moment of, oh, please God, right. And you just see Alex's shadow whip up and around for a moment. You get the distinct impression you're about to do something silly, Amy.
Yep.
Every time.
Listen to me, you stupid bitch. I am very, very tired of your antics already. If you bring any more trouble down upon my prince, even with your new powers, I will fucking end you. So please, behave yourself.
I'm aware of where we are and what's going on, but don't make threats to my coterie members.
You no longer have the right to coterie, since you're no longer one of us.
Well then, don't make threats to my friends.
It's not
There
a
is
threat.
also a slight moment, Malachi, I would like to point out here. As you're saying that, I'd like you to make me a willpower check, please.
Okay. Just straight willpower.
Yes, please. Do you remember how you were the
38s.
prince's... They're D8s.
Every time!
Look,
Oh, dear Lord.
One success. So, you remember
No.
how you were the prince's
Hold on.
ghoul?
Oh, no, he has more.
2 successes. You remember how you were the prince's ghoul?
Yes.
There is a certain part of you that is starting to feel a bit of a tug as you're sort of directly confronting Alex.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you carry on with the statement, but you do also have that moment of, but he is probably right.
Yeah. So I leave it.
Right.
Now,
Let's
for
go find the big
reference,
thing first.
while the prince himself cannot necessarily blood bond, as he's a Tremere, he will have had you in some way, shape, or form blood bonded as a ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot, but it is something.
Yep.
So, I'm assuming you're pulling the shadow away after this mild discussion.
yeah.
So once again, you are back on obvious camera, Amy. What are you doing?
Walking towards the sound of the destruction with the rest of the party, because I can't prep yet.
So, what's everyone else doing?
I am walking beside Malachi and I slip my hand into his and I just squeeze his hand in mine. And as we continue walking, I am just once again in my mind's eye just praying for anything at this point.
Roll me your essence again.
Oh boy. I hold 2 essence. Nope.
That's a crit fail, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
Unnatural levels of silence. As you look up, you realize that the sky itself is also massively overcast. You cannot currently even see the moon.
We are sorry, the number you are trying to dial has currently been disconnected.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have a question before we continue this errand of ours.
Yes?
This one, the one whose name I cannot believe I've met, the one who does not like to be referred to as girl. What was your name?
It's Alyssa.
Thank you, Alyssa. You look like you can't hold much of a fight against a small child right now. I would not normally offer this so willingly, but I have a way of you being a little more potent in this fight.
Intriguing. How so?
The way all things are, the gift of Cain. You may drink my blood and use it to heal yourself.
Lisa. Yeah. Mm-mm.
I do this just for the fact that if you die, it would be a waste of resources to the prince.
Alyssa, roll me a. What would it be? Wits and awareness check.
Wits and awareness. Wits, awareness. Where are you two? 5.
Wow, they do.
Ow.
I want to check something in the book in case this happens.
1,
Two
2.
successes. Okay, Alex,
Yes.
am I correct, and tell me if I'm wrong, in the fact that this statement actually does for once carry no guile and is a literal actual offer?
Yes, this is literally so she doesn't die in the first hit from this creature.
Then Alyssa, with that roll, there is no guile about this man. He is not trying to trick you.
Whilst I appreciate your offer, and truly I do, I cannot accept it.
But you are so eager to accept death then, for that is the alternative. For I mean you no disrespect, you are perhaps a very competent fighter normally. You look like you have recently almost seen death face to face.
Oh, I have.
Then surely you don't wish to meet it so quickly again.
I don't want to be deaf, you are correct. However, nothing has ever come about from drinking a kindred's blood. That has done me good.
And perhaps it is time for a change. Some kindred offer the blood as a chain. I offer it to you as a knife to defend yourself against the upcoming fight. Your friend here is bonded to me, and I have no wish to use that against her. The same goes for you. Perhaps you will not even be affected by it, for she drank from me before she became what she is. When you drink from me, it may just give you the power of healing and nothing else.
It is a legitimate fact that you haven't actually had cause to check since you were a full-blooded Luna.
Sorry, what was that, AJ? Because you were very quiet.
Yeah, that's the downside of no actual confirmed microphone. It is something that, as a Luna, you've actually not had a cause to check.
Yep. I am.
And we've lost Malachi again.
Yeah, I am skeptical.
Then have faith.
All right. I'll do it.
Is the risk sufficient for you?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
I roll up my sleeve and look around and say, step into the shadows with me so the cameras will not see it.
Okay.
Find a little kind of like corner away from like the obvious cameras. Use a shadow to engulf us both. Do it really quickly because I know my shadows have a negative effect on other people, and offer my wrist. Can you
Melissa?
Do you wish to make your own decision, or should I bite into it myself?
I'm gonna pick Alex's wrist up, and I'm just gonna gently bite into it and start drinking.
I watch very curiously.
So, the first thing that comes to yours is the fact that it tastes weird. You've tasted blood before, you've tasted Vitae before. This is just weird. It doesn't taste as it did before. You do, however, start to notice cuts and bruises and that little set of hairline fractures up your body start to click and regenerate into place. As you are a celestial exalted, you are immune to the blood bond.
Once I feel the damage to my body has sufficiently healed, I pull back immediately. I don't take any more than I need.
Understood. Alex, I would like a rouse check, please.
Certainly. That is definitely a fail.
As you are feeding this woman your blood, there's a weird darkness comes over you. The intensity of your beast kind of comes to the forefront. And while there is a gnawing sensation within you, it does not comment, says nothing. It just exists.
Unusual.
It's almost
Well-
like it too is curious. Alyssa, healing wise, if you had any health points lost, you have regained your stamina twice in superficial damage.
Yep, cool.
But other than that, that's it. No ill effect, no chain around your neck. Just you did the job. You're not a big fan of it. Probably won't do it again.
Before we pull apart, because obviously we're still in shadow, I will get a little drop of my blood on my forefinger and just carve a symbol, not carve, sorry, paint a symbol quickly on the side of Alicia's cheek. For those in the know, it's a symbol of Cain, of the red shirt, shall we say. And then I pull shadows away from her.
Okay. Would you roll me that background, please?
Which level? All of it, or just
Yeah, all of it.
just the background on its own?
Mm-hmm.
Certainly. One success.
There is a moment, Alyssa, as this touches your face, and you realise the fact that it's happened almost lightning quick. There's a moment as it touches your face that there is this little warm glow through your cheek. And for a second, you feel like something's watching over you, and then it disappears.
I'm guessing I'm now at hunger 2.
You are.
Thank you. Just making a note.
Thank you.
If I may be so bold to ask, do you feel the chain between us?
No. No, I
It is
don't
good.
feel anything.
It is good to know then, in case that becomes a necessity after the battle, or even during the battle.
Come on, we need to get going.
Of
Yes.
course.
Yes. No, stay around here too much longer. While
So-
we're looking for him, he's looking for us as well.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, I would like everyone present to roll me perception plus awareness. I understand that perception is not a V5 stat, but it is on your character sheets.
Ah,
Yay,
thank
2
you.
dice.
4 dice.
5 dice.
Success.
Ah, damn it. I rolled one accidentally. And I rolled a second one accidentally. Ugh.
God's sake.
Just gonna do it like this now.
I have 2
Two
successes.
2 successes. Oh,
3
two
successes for you.
Thank you. I keep the N6 as a success.
What about
Why
Kyle?
does this keep happening?
Kai is no longer in the game.
Apparently, no.
No.
It's
No,
kicked me out.
But
You've
you
been
are
kicked out.
currently reconnecting.
My connection is a pile tonight. It really is.
Don't worry about it. One of them things, buddy. Just one of them things.
Sometimes technology hates us.
Yes.
I know what it is. It's going, you're going to fight a big, massive demon. Not tonight, buddy.
No,
So-
no demon fighting for you.
Hmm.
For reference, you do actually see someone watching you. For anyone who got over two successes or more.
So everybody but
Wits
me.
and perception.
Awareness and perception.
And you wait for Kai to roll up.
Yeah, roll up, roll up.
Okay. So as I say, anyone with 2 or more successes can
Yep.
actually see someone watching over them. They're dressed in a reasonably long black, possibly green, it's hard to tell in this light coat. A purple neckerchief that seems to just sort of drapes down their front. They've got long black hair to about the bottom of their neck, and a sort of Tony Stark style pencil beard in black as well. They're watching from the area of Town Field, just leant up against a wall, studying you as a group.
We're being watched.
However, directly in front of you, you do now start to hear the sounds of what's probably some level of broken or breaking masonry, and the sound of things shattering, possibly glass. It's definitely from within the area that any from Doncaster can identify as Elmfield Park, and at the top of basically a hill within this walled-off park, there is a pseudo mansion house that some would recognise as served as a youth club for a while. 3 floors worth, possibly a basement if anyone's been lucky enough to see in it.
Well, that's going to be a problem.
Who is this person watching us? Do you
I
know
don't-
them?
I don't know them.
I don't recognize them.
I don't either.
The person watching us is either a kindred or someone of note. The more pressing matter is the big thing destroying that building.
Yes.
I do not wish to go into battle with uncertainties at our back. Do any of you possess abilities to go deal with that person, like with communication, or do you have any such abilities to speak to that via their mind?
No, I don't.
No.
No.
I see.
He smiles quite widely and just inclines his head ever so slightly towards you. After a
You're-
few minutes, well, after a moment or so of him doing that, another gentleman comes around the corner wearing a sort of long, brown, tan trench coat. Again, long black hair. This time, however, you can't see his face properly due to the glasses he's wearing. A pair of sort of round, almost shades, which is already kind of weird for someone to be wearing at night time. Kind of looks over at you lot, looks at his friend, who's clearly coming to see, before whispering something. He then turns back to look at you and pushes his friend along.
I do not trust this situation.
No, me
No.
neither.
There are a bunch of you actually present who have met the guy in the trench coat before.
Ah,
At Donald's party.
He was.
Oh, I know who it is.
Yep.
Yep, no, I know who it is. Hang on. I've got the name. I have the name. It is... Nope, not that one. Inside Lyceum, blah, 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 blah. Is it Beckett?
It is, in fact, Beckett.
Oh my, the Beckett.
The Beckett.
In that case, as if I have legit just had a moment of recognition, I'm just gonna turn to Elizabeth and Malachi. Actually, we have seen him before.
Yeah, I recognise him.
He was at Prince Donald's Elysium in Chester. He was sat in the back of the room.
You think he's
Ah.
working with Donald?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Who is this person then, if you know them?
Well, I say we know him. We know of him. He was literally just sat in the back of Elysium the last time we saw him. We never spoke to him.
Does he have a name?
Not that I'm aware of. Again, we didn't get to ask him his name.
No, we received reports a while ago of him skulking around our domain.
Then perhaps we should make some attempt to converse with him. I shall
think so.
start walking towards Beckett.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You start approaching at a reasonably rapid pace, I imagine.
Not aggressively rapid, though.
Okay. You approach. Beckett, seeing that you actually do, kind of stops urging his friend to move forward, just takes a moment, turns, places both hands into his trench coat. Evening.
Whom do I have the pleasure of addressing?
Just. It's probably safer just to refer to me as a researcher.
I see. May I ask your business in the Prince of Doncaster's domain?
Study. Me and my friend here are compiling some information regarding. Well, we're talking to the night, I suppose. Motions
we-
towards the park.
Will you be staying long enough to pay hospitality to His Majesty?
His Majesty's aware of my presence.
Then that is quite all right. I mean you no further intrusion in your business if this is all blessed by His Majesty.
The
Will
business is my own, but the attendant is blessed by His Majesty. Can I ask? And he points to Kai, Elizabeth, and Alyssa in turn. What do you know of those three?
well, now the kindred business is out of the way, I know very little. They are currently guests of His Majesty. and I am but keeping them on the right path.
I see.
May I ask?
The other one comes wandering up at the side now.
May I ask you both a question? Now I've answered yours.
I'm sure I can accommodate.
Thank you kindly. We are about to do battle with, I believe, the creature you're studying. Can we request your assistance in this? For I believe it will be a quite dangerous encounter.
He looks back to his friend. His friend looks to him and just shrugs a little. Beckett then turns back. I can certainly say we'll attend. If we can help, we will. I can definitely say we'll not attend on its behalf, if that makes it any easier for you.
I thank you for your assistance. One moment, I am being rude to my current associates. I then turn around and beckon to Malachi, Elizabeth, and Alyssa to join us.
Oh,
I believe you all have met at a previous occasion by His Majesty Prince Donald.
Well, I wouldn't say met, more gazed across a room.
It's at this point in time Beckett kind of gives you a slight study. I have met you before, haven't I?
Yes,
You
Prince
look a
Donald's
lot
Elysium.
different.
Yeah, a lot's happened.
Enough to ward off one of the curses of the blood, it would seem.
That's correct.
You can tell just by his tone that while he's cordial and quiet, there is a definite level of fascination. The other one just seems to be just looking around. Not really bored, just unattentive.
Can I make an insight check to try and gauge his fascination?
What Beckett's?
Yes.
You can, certainly, yes.
Thank you. What should I do? Perception or intelligence with it, even though they're both 2?
Wits. Wits and
Wit.
insight, please.
Oh, good. I'm slightly better at wits. I say slightly better. Oh, that's not too bad. 3 successes.
He strikes you as a person, if his title is I believe, as a true researcher. You can see the analytical look in his eyes as he's looking over Alyssa's face. He's studying for something, maybe a residue of something that might have been there before, but it's hard to say what, considering you've barely met Alyssa. Alyssa, you would easily recognise it as he's looking for where the Nosferatu had used on.
I can clearly see that you are studying me with some level of interest.
You have to forgive me. You're the first Nosferatu I've met who has shaken off that very curse. He pulls out a small notebook and starts making notes in it.
Mr. Beckett, do you truly believe that the gifts of Cain are a curse?
In some cases, the gifts of Cain themselves are valuable, powerful. However, each one of them carries a flaw. I mean, you need only look at the Malkavians for that.
But they are granted vision beyond sight, one might say.
Yes, indeed. It's certainly not for me to question my own blood, but it is definitely something that, as he lowers his glasses, you can see the sort of glowing gold-like eyes. It causes certain afflictions to some of us. He then raises them back up. For anybody who has even a passing knowledge of kindred, he's clearly identifying himself as a gangrel.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go into battle, I have one last question, especially at this very poetic moment. This one here was once of your clan, I point to Elizabeth, but she has forgiven that for something else. How does that make you feel?
Beckett's attention just turns
Asking
up to Elizabeth.
questions now.
Because we might die soon, and I wish to have these answers before that happens.
It matters not to me what Kindred do in their own nights. If this one is no longer Kindred, then I would have questions later. Is this something akin to Golconda? That was an actual question.
I would not know.
Then perhaps a sit down and a true conversation at some point would be beneficial. He looks back at his friend. And I believe we are here to assist you, from the sounds of things.
The assistance will be most welcome. Now, shall we destroy before that thing destroys probably a priceless building?
Beckett motions on and starts walking off towards Alfield Park with you. So, may I ask, what is it?
What is what?
The creature we are fighting.
Towards the building at the top. The thing that's clearly gotten 4 supernatural beings interested in.
The easiest way to explain it, something from the pits of hell itself.
Mm-hmm.
You actually see the other guy at the side of Beckett chuckle.
No, we're not actually joking.
He looks at you directly, guy, just shrugs. A little coy smile on his face. Beckett carries on. Don't mind my friend there. He's an interesting one.
How so, Mr. Beckett?
There just doesn't seem to be much that phases him in these nights.
Malkavian?
He looks back. Man looks directly at you. Shakes his head a little.
Fair.
May I inquire, and I assure you this, I mean no disrespect or hostility when I ask that, for you are the guests of His Majesty the Prince. Which sect do you two belong to?
You see Beckett just sort of smile a little. I'm iconic. I have neither Camarilla, nor Anarch, nor Sabbat intention.
And your friend?
He looks back. I honestly do not know. He's never spoken.
And you know his clan?
I do not. I just know that he is of the blood.
Thank you.
The gentleman walks at the side and just sort of shrugs a little again. He seems very wistfully amused by this.
That amusement may change to sudden horror soon.
Well, shall we go and get rid of this sudden horror? I mean, 3 supernatural beings and 3 kindred seem to be able to handle most things, I'd imagine.
You'd think. We hope.
What is this creature's weaknesses? You 3 seem to understand it better than us.
Its weaknesses. Well,
Yes.
we haven't established a weakness yet. You can break it apart. You can cause pain on it, and it only to enjoy. So I'd say do the job and do the job quickly.
You're breaking up massively there, Dan.
Yeah.
Well, From that, then we'll have to make some effort to put it down as fast as possible. I'm taking the assumption you have a plan between all of you.
That would be a wise thought. Inaccurate, but wise.
Look, the best thing we can think of at the moment is for me to hold it for as long as possible, whilst everyone else just tries and takes it down.
And how do you plan on holding it?
Well, with my hands, surprisingly.
What is the creature made of?
Hello?
Hello, Dan.
Hello?
That needs to stop happening.
Yes.
Oh.
But yes, what is the creature made out of?
Well, as far as I'm aware, and from what I dealt with the last time, flesh.
This would make it simpler, lass, if it is actually a physical construct rather than some sort of immaterial construct.
No, it is very physical.
Can it see in the dark? True dark, not darkness, but true dark.
We don't know, but I'm gonna go with probably, considering where it's from and what he can do.
Where is it from?
Well, we did just say it's from the deepest parts of hell.
I thought that was you being poetic. My apologies.
No, it's thrown us into, I don't know, a labyrinth of some description before, in the darkness. It has
At the
made
very moment you say the word labyrinth, the guy stood with Beckett just turns all of his attention on you.
it made the very building we were in complete and utter darkness. There was nothing penetrating through that.
You mean like this? And I send my shadows slightly towards Alyssa, but not obviously not to engulf, but just to her to touch and understand.
I'd say
In essence, Alyssa, similar, but definitely stronger.
So is
similar, Alex, but its version is much, much stronger than yours.
So this creature is from Oblivion, then?
Quite possibly. We don't know. We honestly, we know very little about it. Every time we have tried to deal with it in some way, shape or form, it has bested us. And that's twice now.
I see. Well, in this case, I believe my effectiveness in this fight is greatly diminished to you. My apologies.
Oh, it's fine. Trust me. There'll probably be something you can do.
So, about this point in time,
Very appreciated.
about this point in time, you've managed to continue this conversation up the hillside to basically bring yourself in front of Elmfield House. Now, Elmfield House has a single door that enters it, multiple windows on the bottom floor, multiple windows on the floor up from that, and there's sort of a steepled roof with tiling up it. It's a very old-looking sort of townhouse that's been converted into something much bigger. The door is open, and despite the smashing and crashing sounds, there are no shards of glass, no windows put out. The house itself seems perfectly intact.
Well, I guess it's time for me to lose my clothes again.
I beg your pardon?
I start looking around for a bush or some form of cover.
There are various around the area. The walls to this compound are particularly high, and because the majority of it is parkland, the only cameras that would be here would be the ones that are actually directly connected to the building. So, really, there's not many places to... You're currently in Masquerade Breach free territory.
Okay. I look for the most secluded area so that I may take my gloves off and put them down somewhere I can retrieve them. Before checking the area for cameras and then doing a transform.
Alright. After a few moments, you going into your full beast form, yeah?
Yep, after I put my clothes somewhere safe.
Alright. There is this ripping sound of flesh. A loud snarl as stalking out of the bush a few months later is this large leonine-looking creature.
By Kane.
Kindred, please stand back. This is about to get a little hot. And with that, I'll finally bring out the flaming claws.
You see Beckett recoil just as much as Alex. The other guy doesn't move.
Interesting. Shall we?
I think so. I pull out the gold gun, the regular gun.
So you're pulling forth your regular pistol, you're pulling forth your air quote power bow.
Yes. My power bow.
It does appear to glitter. It's beyond gold. It truly is Oricarian. Like
Let's hope
gold plus.
it does its job.
It seems incredibly functional, perfectly light, and is loaded for 15 rounds.
Excellent. 15 rounds.
15 rounds to a clip. Admittedly, you have charms that make that irrelevant,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not the point.
No, that isn't the point.
So, between you three, you are ready to enter. Alec,
Alex.
Hello.
what are you doing while the Power Rangers power up?
Well, they're doing their montage. With this information of how useless I might be in this fight, I'm kind of more hanging around at the back, waiting to see where I might actually be useful or relevant, and obviously staying away from the giant fiery Elizabeth.
Yeah.
No human torch for me, thank you.
5'2". I'm tiny.
Made of
Yes.
fire.
Still have fiery knuckle dusters.
Claws.
Are you actually got full claws? Still have fiery claws.
That's what Elizabeth's used to using.
Alright then. So, we are all ready. You can enter whenever you like.
I'm gonna go in first, basically. Taking point.
Follow up behind Alyssa, making sure I'm low enough to give Kai his aim if needed.
Mm-hmm. I'm hanging back a bit just to make sure that I've got distance between me and wherever that bloody demon is, but enough that I can get the aim in.
Alright. There's absolute silence as you enter in the building. Now, the room itself you're entering into, there is a single door to your left that leads onto some sort of a reception. There is a large receiving room which then has a open doorway that seems to have a ramp that leads down into the basement. To your left-hand side, there's a set of tables and couches before a pair of doors, one on the left, one on the right. One on the right, from here, you can see leads to some sort of function room. One on the left, potentially to a set of stairs. Which way are you going? You hear a snick as Beckett pops his claws.
I would like to follow the sound, perhaps, to find where he is.
The sound since you have gotten here has actually dimmed down to nothing.
Okay. In that
That
case,
seems there's no immediate on the front on this floor. Potentially upstairs.
you said there was a basement.
There is in fact a basement.
Okay. Can I head towards the basement then?
Alright, you start down the ramp towards the basement. Where's everyone else headed?
Following behind Alyssa.
Following behind Alyssa. Okay. Kai,
Mm-hmm.
same as well?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna take point and look over their shoulders as I go. I'm not
Alright.
staying up.
You start heading downstairs. Beckett looks around, takes a couple of sniffs of the air, and decides to follow you. The other vampire stays there in the receiving room.
Mhm.
So as a small crowd, you start heading down the ramp. Now, the further down you get, you start to get the impression that it's very echoey down here, quite dark, and has a very sort of tiled floor, which seems slick.
Mm.
When you come to the bottom, you realise that down here, as this is basically a youth club and leisure area, there is actually a large swimming pool. To the left of you, a set of lockers for both male and female. But the pool itself appears to have some sort of mildew over it, or some sort of general mess on the water. Is anyone using any abilities to see properly in the dark, other than the fact that there's flames on someone's knuckle?
I shall activate Oblivion Sight.
I don't have that ability anymore.
How about Kai?
I mean, I suppose I could light it up a little bit with my animal banner.
You can spend a mote and just make the solar cast mark of eclipse appear on your forehead, which will create a small amount of light. Alyssa?
I would like to activate Eyes of the Cat.
Okay. So as you're looking around, your eyes sort of like elongate a little and take on their proper feline form. So the walls of the area appear quite dark and dingy. The ichor that's across the pool does appear to be just that. It is a thick, viscous-looking, almost blood-like ichor. Maybe about an inch or so of it. Basically, it looks like there's a crust on the water. For those who have any sort of ethereal sight, you do notice this area is loaded with spiritual activity. No fully formed ghost, but definitely heavily pregnant with some level of supernatural force.
Interesting.
Guys, what are we looking at? Because I can't see properly anymore.
I
My
mean, you
eyes
do
don't
have
work like they
a
used to.
pair of knuckles that are burning fire and lighting like a torch.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I can see the blood, but I can't see everything else. Is
Yeah.
that fresh?
It is curious. This seems to be an area with some spiritual energy. I wonder if that's why the creature was drawn here.
Well, if the blood on the water is fresh or freshish, it could be the spiritual activity could be fresh kills.
I mean, there's a little way to find out if it's fresh or not.
It's disconcerting.
I'll
Yeah.
let the kindred go for the blood tasting, shall I? Can't do that anymore.
I mean, it wasn't about blood tasting, it was more about,
Touching
Yeah.
it.
not everything has to be tongue first. For now.
Fair. Well, everybody's in front of me, so.
You're actually all about side by side. The only person at the back get
Yeah. Finger to the blood to see how fresh that is.
okay. You dip your hand in. Well, wait, that'd be a claw, wouldn't it?
Yeah, good point. Thumb. Use a thumb.
Okay, as you dip your hand down, you do notice as you sort of run your finger into it, it's thick and viscous. Does not look entirely like blood though. As your claws are close to it, you do see part of it sort of catch fire and just light up past the pool.
Move the hand away very quickly.
As the
What?
fires start to rise, you can see
Back up, back up, back up, back up.
Back up.
flickering against the wall, the actual, now an obvious writing across it that just reads, "I've missed you."
Oh dear.
Hmm.
Well, now that the room is very much alight, is the demon in here, or has he just left us a message?
He is not in here as far as you're able to see,
Right.
but that smell's getting horrible.
Ow.
Whatever it is that's burning
Yeah.
is not. It's like it's pollution.
Yeah. Getting out of the basement.
Yeah, I'm already out of the basement.
Yeah.
Fiery death. Fiery death.
Beckett has already started to move alongside. Once you're
Okay.
back in the main room, there's no sign of that other vampire. Beckett
Where
comes
do you
up,
think?
Beckett
you think
comes up
your
behind
friend's
you all, looks over at you, Kai. Sorry, say again.
Where do you think your friend's gone?
He starts looking around left and right. I don't. Give me a sec. Panius! Panius! No sound, no response.
Does he have the gifts of the Nosferatu?
He looks towards you and just shrugs. I've never seen him use his gifts.
I see.
How long have you known him?
Few months.
He seemed very interested in the labyrinth.
It's probably me rubbing off on him, to be honest with you. It's the study part of things. When the labyrinth was mentioned, I was intrigued as well.
Well, hopefully the water in that pool will eventually put that fire out, but if not, we may need to get the hell out of here very quickly.
Does this mean the creature has left? Now it's done its business.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
The answer would be no. He is not that simple.
Well, that voice we just heard, I believe, answered my question for me.
There's a slight push of the door where the stairs are, and stepping out into the air quotes light is the tall dressed figure of the prince, well, of Arlo.
I growl very loudly.
Bad kitty. Turns and looks directly at Kai. Now, does she scratch when you rub her belly as well?
I growl louder.
Oh, she's going to scratch.
Promises, promises. And with that,
If we could,
faint trickling green aura starts to appear around him.
I don't hesitate. I'm going to pull my power bow and I want to take a couple of shots.
What were you going to say before that happened, Alex?
so I was going to say, can we please forgive the inane conversation? But by the time I would have said that, the gun's out, bang.
Alright. Firearms and dexterity, please. There, Kai, my boy.
Okay.
Any charms being used?
Not yet. I want to see how this goes, and then we'll amp it up a little bit. So
I
firearms
understand.
and dexterity, you say?
Firearms and dexterity to hit.
5 successes.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a valid statement, that is. Bear with me a minute. That is 3 of those are actually part of it that hits. So that's 3 plus 2 for your power bow, plus So 5 points of damage superficial that is not halved by supernatural creatures. You
Oh.
just ricochet a shot straight into his chest. Just got this.
I'm going to start monologuing this time.
He looks up at you. That's what you think. And his own hand starts to glow ever so slightly green before the green tinted shotgun appears.
Elizabeth.
Reflectively, I would like to activate Moth to the Candle on him.
You wish to activate Moth to the Candle. Interesting. So,
I activate my trap
describe-
card.
Can you please describe Moth to the Candle for me?
Describe the rules for it, or how I'm making
Yes,
it
the
look.
rules.
Give me a second. Moth to the Candle when I've opened the right thing. Right. Spent an essence. I need to roll charisma plus intimidation against the creature's willpower. And then if it succeeds, for the rest of the scene, they suffer a -2 penalty to attack any other target while the dragon blooded still lives. They also suffer +1 difficulty on all attempts to defend against attacks from anyone other than the dragon blooded.
Oh.
I understand.
Oh.
Okay.
No target.
That is charisma plus intimidation. Give me a second. So
Versus his
do
willpower
intimidation
of...
free. 5 dice.
Willpower is 5.
4
That's-
successes.
3 successes.
Oh yeah, the one. We're not on standard vampire anymore.
Yeah, no.
Some of us are. Some of us are.
That is no successes in return. He latches onto you entirely and releases 3 rounds from the shotgun into you.
Yep, knew that was going to happen.
Yep.
It's nice knowing you. Nice knowing you, Elizabeth.
-2 penalty. Yeah, this is gonna hurt.
Little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. So he literally starts pulling on essence, and you can now see this little sort of half burning aura around him start to suddenly pulse and project outwards into what is effectively almost a living green flame licking against his body. The first shot is going to come in at two, 4, 5 successes. If you wish to dodge, that is athletics and dexterity.
Yay, straight dex it is.
Ooh, 4, 5. Nice.
Yes.
The second shot is going to make you do that again, except this time 4 successes and you lose 1 dice.
So 3 dice this time.
So
2
that's
successes.
1, what is it? I said 4, didn't I? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 successes over so far, and the last one's going to make you do it again. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes.
Oh.
I love rolling
Yeah.
I love rolling lots of 10s.
Yeah,
8
only one
successes.
success. Ow.
So, in the chest, you receive 12 lethal damage.
I have no idea where my health is on this character sheet.
Here's a pro tip: you have 5.
It's fine. You don't have any left.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
So the shotgun basically just blasts outwards. You would normally take. Actually, no, you will still take half, so you're going to take 6. Because it is a shotgun by nature. You're
I'm
still
on the
down.
floor.
Basically, sort of green pellets come flying out. Everyone else sort of dives left and right, but you, as this burning moth to the flame thing, he decides to double down and, follow up on that idea. And basically puts this massive hole in your chest, launching you against the back wall. You are currently out.
Yep. Ow.
That was
Still
a bad use
alive,
of power
though.
there.
Still alive is the important
mean-
thing. I'm on the floor, but I'm still alive, so the
You
effects
have
still
6
count.
out of 5. Technically, you would be in torpor. You're bleeding out.
Still alive.
Mm.
The
That
effects still count.
does not count.
Hmm?
It does not count still. No.
Damn it!
I mean, I'm being nice by saying you're not dead.
Yeah, I know.
I can correct that statement.
So the character sheet I lit up last week.
Who else would like to take a turn? Alex and Alyssa, you both have actions to go with.
Cloak the
Yeah.
Gatherer. Sorry. Cloak the Gatherer. Oh, what's it called now? The first obfuscate. Cloak of Shadow. Yeah, Cloak Shadows.
So you're going to go just invisible, stood on the spot.
Yeah, basically go find a nice corner and go invisible.
Fair. You dive into a corner and vanish.
I've just seen what happened to Elizabeth. I'm going invisible.
Alyssa, you're up.
Seeing this version of Arlo shoot Elizabeth basically and drop her to the floor, I am going to do a very large growl, a very large snarl, and I am going to charge at him whilst activating Excellence of the Raging Moon, and I am going to clobber him.
Okay. Definitely make some rolls to hit, I feel.
What am I rolling? I do this every week.
That would be strength and
Strength.
brawl.
Strength, brawl, and my
Whatever
excellence.
your bonuses are for being huge.
Hang on a minute. So it's strength. So that's 8. Brawl is 2. Excellence of the Raging Moon, I believe, gives me an extra 2.
Believe it could be depending on how much essence you're spending. How much essence are you spending?
Well, I think it's just you reflectively spend 1 and it does a thing. I don't think you get to choose how much you spend and put in, if you know what I mean. I'm just double checking. Solar, exalted. Select one of the following attributes, blah blah blah. Anytime you reflectively spend 1 essence to add 3 dice to all rolls. So yeah, spend an essence, add 3 dice.
Yeah, just for reference, when it says spend essence, add 3 dice, it does mean you can still spend more to add more.
Oh, okay. In that case, then
That's every 1 essence you spend.
right.
Is
Well,
3 dice.
in that case,
Up to
I
the
am
maximum of your essence score.
up to the maximum of my essence score, which is 2. Is that right?
Yes.
In
You
that
can spend
case,
2 votes, add 6.
in that case, I am really fucking angry. So I'm going to try and spend 2 essence, so I add an extra 6 dice. So that puts me on 8, 10, 16 dice.
16 dice.
Watch me roll nothing but lows.
Exalted for the win. Do your thing.
I am a angry girl.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6.
Oh.
6 successes. All right.
6 successes.
No, 5. 5.
5 successes. Right. Who
want a bit
is
more.
going to meet you?
I would have liked more. Why is this my life? Every time.
Using
At least you have been one shot.
wind,
Not yet.
which will be every 1 moment spent is 2 dice to dodge. He's only going to spend 2, 4, 8, so 12 dice from him.
Oh, come on. And he's gonna roll like way more than 5.
That is 5.
Oh.
And yeah, that was only 10.
Yeah, he's got an extra 2 dice.
6.
God's sake.
You come basically
Spend
your
willpower.
course,
Under willpower.
No, it's too late.
Oh, good.
Past, basically catching it almost as no. He just ducks, dodges, takes a slight dip, dives out the way.
Dodges again.
And then dodges again, yeah. It's like trying to hit an agent from the Matrix right now. He just, from where he stood, just stepping back, ducking round. Every sort of thrust you make with your paws, he just steps around. He doesn't look overly confident over it, though. You literally almost caught it. Beckett's going to just sort of look around and probably dive in. Actually, no. No, Beckett's not altruistic. He'll look at Kai. What do you need me to do?
What am I going to do? I'm going to light him
What
up.
do you need me to do? Beckett asking.
Keep him busy.
I can do that. Takes a look over at him, and then he basically palms both of his hands together. He cracks his knuckles, and then all of a sudden his body starts shifting in size until this massive bear steps out of where his skin was, diving on the Exalted. He's going to roll a total of 6 dice because he's not overly supernatural. And there are 2 successes there.
Oh no.
I don't think Beckett's a fighter, really, is he?
He's not. He's a gangrel, but he's not a master.
He's like Elizabeth was Gangrel. Not overly Gangrel.
I mean, he's not a pushover by any stretch of the imagination, but at the same time, researcher.
Yeah. His skills aren't fighting
Jesus.
first.
1 success to dodge. Another 5 dice there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So basically, as he kind of steps in at the side, giving you somewhat support, Alyssa, you see Arlo just sort of like duck and weave, now dodging between 2 of you that are almost not really working in sync, unfortunately. Kai, you're up again. Currently, Alyssa and Beckett are blocking a decent gunshot.
Okay. They're blocking a decent shot.
At least until you start turning the charms on you.
Okay. In which case... I'm going to pop on Wise Arrow and probably a couple of shots of trance. So I'm going to be doing 3 shots with trance of unhesitating speed.
Alright, how much essence does that come up to?
3 shots on that. That's 6 essence I'm spending on that.
And 1 for Wise Arrow. Are you first one? Are you spending it out of the essence that doesn't have an effect, or the essence that basically goes, look at me, I'm a Dragon Ball Z fighter?
We're outside of an area where it doesn't matter, and we're outside of an area where it matters, so I might...
Okay.
I'm going to spend peripheral on it.
You cock back your gun, and the gun itself starts to glow. The centre of your head just suddenly bursts with this sudden sunburst out of nowhere, forming the eclipse mark before all of a sudden there's this cracking sound, and reality warps around you. You are suddenly rippling with golden fire as you take an aim with your gun. 3 shots roll to hit. Wise Arrow will need activating per shot.
Only for the first shot, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can activate it 3 times.
I can. That would be me spending 9 essence.
It would.
How much do you want it in the bin?
I really do want it in the bin. So you know what? Yeah. So total down to...
The golden mask from before started to ripple, suddenly appear behind you ever so slowly.
Yeah. Hold on. So I'm doing for each attack, that's going to be 9 dice on 3 attacks.
3 lots of 9 then.
Hmm?
3 lots of 9 then.
3 lots of 9, yeah. Here we go.
Yeah. And since he is currently in combat, he has some reductions to his dice. Oh, that sucks.
1, 2, 3, 4,
6,
5, 6, 7.
7. Yep.
7 on the first one.
This is more like it.
So that's 2 plus 2 for your gun.
6 on the second one.
That's another 2 plus 2. So that's 4, 8 health levels so far. And
1, 2,
What?
3.
3 in the last one.
3 on the last one.
4. Okay.
I'm going to say the last one is the one I take with my normal gun.
As you basically launch these rounds that seem to almost bullet in and out of the pairing that are basically trying to strike on it, you see them just impact into his chest multiple times. Once in the left hand side, once in the gut, once close to the neck. And you see him sort of half stagger back, blood coming out of his mouth. He drops down to a knee and then just grips something in his hand, which looks like a thick, dark brown and green gemstone.
Mm-hmm.
Then looks up, smirks, and full heals.
Did he just use a full health potion on a poker battle? In
Yeah.
a gym?
Use-
Did he just do the worst thing in the world a gym leader could do when you're just about to get that milk tank and it full heals?
Yeah. He
Close.
pulled a Whitney!
It's a little more devastating than that, unfortunately.
Oh.
It is, and I quote here, the gem of incomparable wellness.
I don't. I
Yeah.
just don't. I don't. Goodbye. Farewell. I'm leaving.
It is a high rating man's what is it, stone, that basically, and I'm quoting from the book here, the character carrying the stone cannot die. It will regenerate
Wow.
1 health level per turn, even if rendered into ash. Aggravated damage requires up to a minute per health level to regenerate. Never become sick, never age, cannot drown, cannot suffocate, cannot starve, cannot dehydrate.
Son of a...
So
knew
what
it.
I'm hearing is shatter that stone.
Oh, get it, steal it.
Nope, shatter it.
Do we know about the stony character?
Nope.
No.
You have, Alyssa has seen him use the stone, Becca has seen him use the stone.
And neither of us can talk, because we're animals right
One's
now.
a bear and one's a lad.
Great.
So, he brings himself into this sort of squatted position, looks up at the pair of animals sort of descending down on him, and let's see, what would I do in his situation? Other than do more than I
Perish.
I mean, you'd like that. I'll give you that.
I really would.
Son of a...
Really.
But you know what I'm thinking instead?
Are you thinking of just annihilating all of us and letting us perish?
No.
Are
I'm
you
thinking
Of running away?
What we're going to do here.
Ah, microphone.
There we go. He will spend 10 motes of essence and 1 willpower to activate Dread Panoply of the Silent Wind.
I hate you. I hate you
I popped
so
out,
much.
what did he do?
So, you see him pull from his side what looks like a pair of daggers. He smacks them together once and then strikes up at Beckett. Both of them disappear before they make contact. He then starts backing away. So, who would like to take an action?
I'm still on the floor.
Yep,
So
I've seen that. Does he still have the gem in his hand, or has that gone back into his pocket?
It's in his hand. I'd actually say what he would have done. From it going into his hand, he'd have basically placed it onto his chest, and it would have started to somewhat go close to where his neck is, and sort of half fuse there.
Okay, so it's kind of half fused into his neck. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I want to grapple him to the point I can rip it out of his neck.
How are you planning on gripping out of his neck if you grapple?
Well, by grapple, I mean I want to be able to hold him with one hand, essentially, and be able to rip it out with the other.
Okay.
Use your mouth.
Go for it.
Yeah. Oh, I could use my mouth, actually, yeah.
Rip his throat
You're a
out.
big lion. Just rip
Yeah,
his
that's a
throat
point,
off.
actually, yeah.
Okay.
I-
Put him down. Rip his throat out.
yeah.
Roll me an athletics plus strength check.
So, strength. Oh, God. Blah, 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 blah. Words fail me. Hang on, what was it? 8 plus... Scroll back up. 8 plus... athletics. 3. I think I'm rolling 11, because is my... The excellence of the Raging Moon's only once per turn, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah, okay. So that is 11. Do I wanna activate Excellence of the Raging Moon?
It sounds like a good time.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna activate 2 Excellence of the Raging Moons again for the extra dice. For the strength.
Okay.
So that's
17.
As you go into attack, one of the knives that you basically stored elsewhere appears and slashes across your arm.
Reflexive actions.
5 successes. Bearing in mind, you are currently taking an action. So if you are going to try and dodge it, it will be with your dexterity alone.
on my dexterity alone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my anima... Oh no, I didn't activate my anima power. Fuck my life.
No, you did not.
I'm gonna have to fucking dodge it on. What did he get? 5?
He had 5 successes.
Oh god, I only have 5 dice.
I'm on 10s.
I'm not gonna roll 10s. I'm just wondering if I should just try and power through it. Yeah, no, that's what I'm gonna do. Right, I'm gonna continue with my attack. So that was 8.
If you're not dodging,
17.
you're going to take 5 health levels worth of damage. And you're going to lose 5 essence. Not the essence dot, essence from your pool.
And that'll lose. Ah, fuck!
Oh.
When in doubt, set up a landmine and walk away.
Okay. If I take the hit, I'm gonna hit 5 health and lose my only remaining 5 essence that I've got, which means I will be completely useless. If I dodge, I have a chance to at least lose 5 essence. Okay, alright. Dodge it is. Nope, that was the worst. That was only 2.
So instead
Can I
you
willpower?
take 3, you can.
3 not dodges.
Okay, that's
Oh.
better.
So you take 1 health level, lose 1 essence. You feel a cold chill pass through you as this knife basically runs down your arm.
Fuck's sake.
So
Well, I take it that's it. I can't do anything else because I've dodged now.
that was
so.
that was your dodge, yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Alex, what are you up to?
So I'm stood in the corner watching this obfuscated. Even though I'm pretty sure deep down he could probably see me if he wanted to. I don't need to move and break my obfuscate to direct my shadow, do I?
You do not. Plus, if you'll actually check, I did give you something a little extra. Which means that you currently have the arms of Arrow.
Oh, do I? I didn't check that. Do.
You may have potence too.
Oh, wow.
So,
I
yes, you can
going
tentacle
to-
beast.
I'm going to try and tentacle smack him a few times. Actually, wait a second. Is he currently? Was Jade successful in pinning him, or was
No.
that?
No, he stepped
Okay.
out of that way. Stepped out of the way of that.
But what do you say he's distracted at the moment? Then
It's possible that you could catch him with if you're going to basically tentacle beast him up.
You're gonna
Yep.
lasso him to the floor.
basically, yes.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Roll me a rouse check, then roll me wits plus oblivion.
So first things first, rouse check. Oh, fine. Still on hunger 2. So what was that? A resolve and oblivion.
Wits and oblivion.
Wits and oblivion. Is my oblivion 4 then? Because I have to be. No, I don't know. So
Say again.
what's my oblivion at if you give me that extra
3.
one?
Your
3,
oblivion
okay,
is still
so-
3. It's just you get potence as well.
Okay. So that's 5 dice. Here we go. Actually, before I do that, can I make a rouse to boost my wits by 1?
You can.
Let's do
I
some
will
blood
also
buffing.
say that just because you have 5 dice, you can actually make, if you use 1 dice apiece, you can make 5 tentacles.
So I missed that, AJ. What was that? Sorry.
Basically, when you form this dice pool, you can split it any way you like to create multiple tentacles. So you can have 1 tentacle,
Oh wow.
max dice, or you could take 1 dice for each and have, 6.
But obviously he's quite potent, so I really want to be able to lasso him down.
But multiple attacks means he gets less dice.
Ah. So how do I roll for that then?
Right, first things first. It's wits plus. First thing, make me a rouse check and see if you're going to boost your wits by 1.
So I go to hunger 3, but I
But
boost.
you do boost your wits by 1. So currently your wits is 4, and you have 3 in oblivion. So you have
Yes.
7.
Right.
So roll me 7 separate dice, I guess.
Okay. So first one hit.
Right.
Second one
Yep.
hit.
Yep.
Third one hits.
Yep.
Fourth one misses.
That's fine.
Fifth one misses.
Mhm.
6 hits.
Yep.
7 misses.
So 4 attacks. His
Yeah.
dex pool is already down to 5 dice. Because he has a psychotic Alyssa in front of him. So the first one rolling at 5, then 4, then 3, then 2. So the first one, we're out of that. We definitely dodged that one. That's a crit fail.
Woohoo!
Okay, and that's a fail. So 2 of those were successes. 1 of them was a crit fail. So add half your potence on,
Which is just 1.
just the 1. So the first one does 3 and then 2. 3 then 2 in terms of health levels.
Okay.
Uh,
3.
yeah, you don't need to worry about rolling them.
Oh, sorry.
Basically, he's not able to dodge. Just checking it. Right. Would you like to grapple or do damage?
Because obviously there's no point doing damage to him at the moment, so I'm going to grapple him.
All right.
So hopefully someone can use that to rip something out their throat.
So two of them basically this sudden swarm of 7 tentacles appears. He looks slightly round, panicked for a moment before trying to weasel in and out of most of them. He gets away from most. One gets round his waist, and one wraps around his throat and just holds him in place.
We're in for a good time tonight.
Elizabeth continues to bleed out. It would then be Beckett, who, seeing this, is then going to do what bears do best.
I'm a motherfucking bear.
Fucking bear hug.
Yeah.
4 successes on a target that cannot move. He basically locks himself around his waist and just holds him in place. Both of his arms are still free, however, so he starts just sort of like batting at the side of this. Kai, you're up.
I'm up.
Yep.
So he's being pinned by a bear and some tentacles.
Yes.
Bear and tentacles. Name my sex tape.
Gem
Bear
on
and
show.
tentacles. I'm going to move behind him and just drop us. I don't know that he's got this gem, so I'm just going to drop a solar spike into his head.
Go for it.
Yeah, so I'm just spending 1 mote of essence, which means that then I'm going to roll 2 plus my firearms, which means that I've got 4 successes.
No
You
more than
plant one dead in his head, basically turning most of it into a canoe. You basically, at least 2/3 of his head just explodes away. But then the sort of dust and sand, for some reason, start to reform what's left of it.
Oh shit.
It was a clean kill shot. And to be fair, were it not to have that particular gemstone, he would be very dead by now.
Mm-hmm.
It's him. He has 2 hands still. He's going to... Okay. He's going to prep something. Alyssa, you're up.
Okay. Anima banner flare. Excellent
Okay.
of the Raging Moon, armor rendering claw fist. I'm gonna get that fucking jewel out of him.
Are you going to try and grab it with your hands, or are you going to try and bite it out?
I'm gonna rip it. I'm gonna rip it with my mouth.
Rip it with your mouth. Okay.
No,
You're
wait,
actually-
lies. Hands, because I don't need to grapple him. He's already grappled.
Yeah.
Shadow tentacles.
I mean, he is already grappled, but, you know, depending on how you want to do this, his arms are not.
I just want to get the fecking gem out of him, and I just want to crush it to dust.
Okay. So you're not restraining his hands.
No, fine. I'm straining his hands, and I'm gonna rip it out of him.
Alright. Roll me a athletics and strength check at your full ability.
Okay, so athletics, strength.
You do have both of those daggers coming back in for another slice, however.
That's why I've got my anima banner flaring. So if they're coming in, then
Quickly check the anima banner. I'm not 100% sure what the other book tells you it does.
instead always adds 10 to her dexterity plus wits rolls.
Yeah, so basically you would be first in any situation. So if you're playing anima banner, you actually do now go first in initiative order, but that doesn't mean that you go faster than a reaction.
Well, this is fucking dumb.
However, as of
What?
next turn, Kai's not first, you are.
It doesn't make any difference who's first at this point, because I'm just gonna keep getting fucking hit by his stupid daggers.
That's up to you if you want to tank it. He's going to roll, either way.
No, because
As the dagger-
I tried this before, and we're just going around in circles. I'm gonna do what I was gonna do. I should have done it last time. So, strength 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
You are then going to take 3 health levels and lose 3 essence.
Yep.
On the other hand,
Hang on. I'm
Wow,
not finished
that's-
yet.
That's better.
Well, it didn't make any difference with those 3 dice.
did
One,
actually.
two,
One
three,
That was
was
one
a
success.
there.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So, his arms are now pinned. You basically take some strike up your back from the hooked dagger. You lose 3 essence,
Yep.
and you're going to try and bite it out of his chest, yeah?
Yep.
Alright, go for it.
What am I rolling?
That is a strength and brawl.
Roll. Okay, so strength. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. Oh, we've gone too far. 16.
16?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exalted are ridiculous.
We're,
Yeah.
we're melee
Hang on.
monsters.
4,
We are.
9,
to be
10,
fair.
11, 12, 13, 14. Sorry, 14, not 16. 14.
I was thinking
That's the
16 is a bit
beast
much exalted.
Hmm.
Well, that says 0 successes.
2.
There's 2 sevens.
Oh, fucking
There's
hell, are you
2
for
ones.
real? Oh my god, but I'm not finished rolling anyway, but that wasn't the point. What did I roll there? Did I roll 10? I did.
You got 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 successes.
And then I'm gonna spend a willpower and roll an extra 3, I think it is. I
3
can roll.
successes.
Reroll 3.
I'll
Or
reroll
1.
3.
5 successes.
6, I
turn.
think, isn't it?
6.
1, 2,
Yeah.
6
3,
successes.
4, 5.
In turn,
Yeah.
he's going to use his readied action.
Of course he is.
He's going to bite your back.
Oh, of course, the prophecy.
Yeah. 6 successes. So, you bite into this his chest, and you do easily enough damage to rip the gem away. He, with his last act, before he dissipates, bites down onto your shoulder for a total of 5 health levels of damage.
Cool.
He dies.
Wait, how did he
Oh.
bite with no head?
There's still, I did say it started to regenerate, yeah?
Okay, yeah, fair. I'm just double checking.
He was pulling an Alucard trick off.
He bites down into your shoulder, Alyssa, and then just disintegrates on the spot, falling down as a small pile of sand. There is a thunderous cracking sound from outside. First it sounds like lightning. Then it sounds like firmament breaking. And it sounds like a tectonic plate shifting. Anyone who's close to the window can now start to see the sky turn massively dark. Horrifyingly so, in fact. Starts to rip apart with lightning. The ground of Elmfield Park shattering a little as parts of it fall away, revealing deep, dark red recesses. You can feel the earth quaking beneath you. Unless I'm mistaken, Melissa, you're unconscious, aren't you?
Yep.
2 of us unconscious. Yay.
You shift out of your
Yep.
beast form
Yep.
and fall to the floor. Anyone who's
And you're
conscious, I
naked
want your
again.
reactions. So, we'll start with Kai.
Okay.
What's your action?
What's my action?
Yep.
I've just seen Alyssa full limp. I'm going to pick Alyssa up and can carry her.
Okay. You stoop down, grab Alyssa.
Yeah.
Alex, what are you doing?
Okay, Elizabeth.
Alex!
Have we lost him?
To contemplation, maybe.
Swear to God.
No, we have actually lost him.
I think we have, yeah.
Connection lost. Wait for reconnect.
Yeah.
Beckett's going to shift back out of that bear form into his familiar trench-coated ways. Because vampiric shape-shifting doesn't mean that your clothes go with you.
Yep.
And he's going to go run over to, I suppose. Take a look out the window and look back at Kai. We need to not be here right now.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
So what are you going to do, Kai?
What am I going to do?
Yep.
I was going to wait for Lex to get Elizabeth.
Well, Beckett currently has her.
Beckett has Elizabeth.
Yes.
In which case, I'm taking Alyssa. Beckett is taking Elizabeth. We are getting somewhere safe. Should we go back to the prince's abode? Start
Beckett
running towards there?
looks outside at the ground literally cracking open and
Yeah.
revealing effectively magma after a certain point, and shakes his head a little.
We're going. What?
I think somewhere a little more solid, maybe.
Solid around here.
Yeah, and animal loss as well. Yeah, is there anywhere high up that we could probably go? He starts looking around. He pulls a single nail across his wrist and jams the open wound into Elizabeth's mouth.
Yay. More blood.
You feel a sudden pulse of vitamin through Elizabeth, and you just snap to consciousness before he licks his own wound.
I fucking hate shotguns.
A little
Yep.
more pressing right now. Points out to
Oh.
outside.
Yep, there's an earthquake
yeah.
going on. We need somewhere to stay. You're the one that knows Doncaster.
Somewhere high, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Usual earthquake procedures to stand under a door or something, but that looks a
I
little
think
bit
a
more
door's
than a
good, it's
usual. That looks more than a usual earthquake. Nearest to here that's high up is either the new hotel that they've built next to the racecourse, 2-minute run, or the Premier Inn in town centre.
Racecourse then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. You bolt out of the room, start heading towards, carrying your charges towards the racecourse area.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually do this, not for vampire. But we're going to take a 10-minute break there.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Mostly, well, we correlate the scene. But
Yep.
on the way out, I would like you all to notice that as you are running away, you see Beckett's friend stood atop the roof looking down at you all.
Fuck's sake, Kane.
Yeah.
Fucking okay.
It's
Yeah,
annoying because
well-
we know out of character it's Kane.
Yeah.
In character, we don't know that's Kane.
Because he's changed appearance since the last time we saw him.
To be fair, actually, all he's done is he's chosen an outfit. I gave
Wait.
you his exact description from what he was exactly his last time.
Wait, does he not blaze with true faith?
You are currently not looking for that.
Yes, this is true. This is
Right,
true.
10-minute
Fucking
break
Kane.
very quickly and then we'll get back in.
I am going to the loo and I'm going to put the kettle on AJ. Jay, did you do the thing for the AJ?
I didn't. He doesn't deserve it anymore.
Okay.
See? All you gotta do is break out the Book of Nod and all. Get what?
Jade, none of us are dead yet. Please keep it that way.
No. All of the everything's been set up now. That's the line has been drawn. The die has been cast.
Wait, what?
It has out of plastic. And it rolled a natural 1.
Oh no! I'm going to go to the lavatory and make myself a drink then.
Strong move. It's a safe thing to do considering Gehenna.
Mm-hmm. Damn it, I thought blowing the head off would stop the biting.
Fucking shotguns! I use the torch. Get out of the way. You literally instead decided to pick the target. Yeah. I was gonna shoot someone else, but no, you decided it had to be you. So I did. Always give the people what they want. To be fair, Kai said Elizabeth. I was like, don't blame Kai for this. You're the one who did it. Back.
Hi.
You sound salty.
Oh, me? No, I'm not salty. No. No. You
You
see,
may inform Jade it's fine. I'm giving you a tea cake.
if I was salty about this, then I would be no better than certain
Okay,
people who
don't
said
like-
certain things today.
That is true. So what are you instead?
I mean, I'm angry, don't get me wrong, but you're not to blame for this situation. No. You see, the culprit happens to be the person who is sat above me in this chat.
Person sat above you in this chat. Maybe. Do you want one of those? Yeah, sure. Why is he at fault?
Because he's the one who summoned him.
I mean, yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Vanilla or banana chocolate? Vanilla. I mean, do you know what's possibly even worse? There is actually a situation where it's worse.
What is that?
Praise be Cain.
So, I'm just about to play something. I would like to inform you of the wise words of our Lord and Saviour. Which ones? Which
Anakin.
Lord and Saviour?
Get out.
No.
I don't
no.
like sand.
I would listen to it.
No.
Listen to it.
We'll soon find out.
Please, no, seriously, listen to the whole thing. Tell me the point in time where you realised the problem.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
I mean, I know the quote, so...
So,
Yes, yes. I understand. I understand from the moment I saw that I don't like sand. I didn't need to hear the quote. I knew what the quote was. I know where this is going.
I know
Where's it
what's going to
going?
happen.
I'm so confused.
Put it this way, we have just turned Arlo into sand. And sand gets everywhere.
Ah, and he bit you.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
If
So
you start turning evil, I'm going to have to... Oh, no.
Maybe Lex is going to get his last wish after all.
Lex doesn't even get to go to the nice parts of hell.
Oh, debauchery.
Here
Lex doesn't go to get to go anywhere. I ate.
That's true. Technically, Lex goes to Oblivion.
Yes,
will-
he does, doesn't he?
Yep.
I will start preparing my Dark One outfit.
And I'm aware of what you mean by that.
Hilarious, because I
I'm
already
paying
wear a lot
attention.
of black and my hair has already gone pretty silvery white, so all I need to do now is throw it up in a braid bun, put some red lipstick on, and boom, Dark One.
Dark Swan, you mean?
Dark Swan. Yeah. Fantastic. And this is still all your fault, Phil.
Actually,
I'm
to
so
be
happy.
fair, that one's actually Kai's fault, because Kai shot his head and turned it mostly to sand.
True, but if we go back to the root of the problem,
You can't see the smile on my face. That's the worst thing.
it's okay. 4 days.
Yeep!
Yes.
And then Jake gets payback.
Yeah,
Jane.
and I'm a lot closer to him than I would usually be.
Oh. I'm
Yeah.
curious now.
I didn't do anything.
No, we're not talking about you.
Oh, okay.
I love how you're instantly worried. I wasn't doing anything.
We're talking about Phil and the fact that Phil has to deal with me in 4 days' time for an entire weekend.
I'm so worried all of a sudden. I was like, why am I close to you? What's happened? Oh god, is it that? Is it that? Or is it that?
For an entire weekend.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I would.
Dun, dun, dun.
I hope you enjoy your anatomical arrangement.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's fine. I spend most of Friday night as a god anyway, so it's fine.
That's fine. You got
Do
your
you
last
now?
wish. So remind me, Jade, what is the correct number of testicles?
There's a song, and it needs to be sung about now.
What is
Something
it with you and
along the
songs?
something along the lines of revenge.
I mean, it's not the song I was planning on having sung right now.
Well, I mean, you might be singing that. I'm singing for the weekend. I'm not singing for this situation right now.
Let's say the situation right now has a whole different ball game's worth of songs to it.
Yep. Well, still naked.
I'm just wondering how much of a masquerade breach an earthquake is.
We've gone past
Um,
masquerade breaches, man.
That's
It doesn't
not
really
where
matter
the
at this-
masquerade breach comes in. Because can anyone tell me what the full passage is?
I'm aware of what the full passage is.
What, for the book and nod?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's the end part of that full?
Oh, hang on a minute. Let me whip it out.
And
And the.
the ground shall split.
Mhm.
The antediluvian. Wait, no.
Hang on.
Everybody who had feasted upon the blood of their sires.
And Cain's blood will eat their blood, and the Dark Mother herself will be brought forth, and there in the Valley of Enoch will be a battle, a duel of Dark Father and Dark Mother. The Demon
Yes.
Queen will bite deep, the Damned King will bite deeper. We will not know the thing which happened, but the sky will tear apart and the earth below, and the forces of hell will pour up out of the ground.
Oh, looks like you're not getting the fluff episode, Jade.
No.
No.
Not getting the fluff.
No, I didn't think we were
The
going to be
forces
getting...
of hell can fuck off back to where they came from.
I mean,
I mean-
they can, but then I'd have to throw away Lex's character sheet.
Oh, come on.
I'm back!
Fuck you. I didn't eat him well enough.
I shot him once, I
No.
can shoot him again.
You did! You sent him to oblivion! That was the problem!
Yeah.
Give away Lex a few days, we'll be running hell.
But that's not all. Who else did you send?
Gareth.
And?
Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
How? Okay.
Welcome to Everyone is
Phil,
Phil.
you're gonna have a lot of voiceover work to be doing.
I can do this, I think. It's your worst nightmare. All your enemies are Phil.
It's true. It's been true since we started playing.
Yeah.
Oscar was never your enemy. He was just spying on you.
Well, then he could stop, and
Well, he
he'll be
did.
shot in the head.
He did stop. You ate him.
Yeah. Spying and tried to destroy my juicy forbidden knowledge.
Exactly, because you weren't supposed to have it.
Are we ready to get back in then? Since we only have an hour.
I mean, ready's a relative term. I'm ready.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not like we can physically, mentally prepare for what you're about to do, so let's hear it.
Let's
get
just
on
roll
with
the
it.
dice.
So, back in, Ali. You start heading with some level of speed towards the racecourse area. Now, I'm not quite sure why you thought the racecourse was higher, Amy. In fact, to be honest, it's a large, flat portion of green ground.
The new hotel that's been built there is rather large.
There is a large hotel there, that is true. I've been in. It's very nice. There are a couple of problems to you getting into. And more specifically, it's not cracking the ground proof.
This is true. Someone just said high building.
Pretty sure they said high ground.
Ground,
Hot
yeah.
ground. Round.
My bad.
So as you hit the racecourse roundabout, which leads up north towards another portion of Doncaster and the Dome, one of the leisure centres of the area, to the left you can carry on onto the actual portion where the racecourse itself is, as well as leading up into Armthorpe. To the right you are heading towards Hyde Park and the lower parts of Doncaster, which include the lakeside, that's the words for it. Or there is the where you've just come from. Now, looking around, you will find that most of the area does appear to be unfortunately flat. And there are cracks opening pretty much everywhere. Not in excess, nothing that would swallow more than, say, a car. But you do see some portions of buildings starting to break and crumble under them. You're literally stood out on the roundabout. There are cars scattered everywhere from people who have seen this and have got out and bolted. The humankind around you is currently in revolt, trying to run for somewhere of safety. What do you do?
This is definitely going to come back to bite us, I believe.
Well, now I know the difference is high ground, not a high building. We might be slightly boned. Doncaster is mostly flat.
I mean, the building is directly in front of you. Multi-level hotel. It does seem kind of sturdy, provided, the cracks don't open anywhere it's massively foundational. As it is a hotel, though, you do know that to use the elevator, you would need a key card.
Mm-hmm.
What's the plan?
We can either try to get to the top level of that hotel and hope that we are safe there.
But
Keep moving.
surely the building will collapse, so surely we should just keep moving and try to escape the cracks.
Yes. I don't actually think going further up in this thing is a good idea. It's just going to lead to the top floor come crumbling down.
Right.
Also, even if we could get into that elevator, being in an elevator in the middle of the earthquake is probably the worst place we could possibly be.
Yeah, true.
I concur. I'm also curious how this has not attracted the attention of other supernatural entities.
It probably has, and they're probably doing the same as what we're doing, trying to find somewhere to lay low and stay safe.
Beckett kind of motions off to the left-hand side. We head up that way. It's at the top of a reasonably sized hill.
Yeah. So that'll be towards Armthorpe, yeah?
Yes.
Right, let's go. Lead the party towards Armthorpe.
Alyssa,
Yeah.
you are currently in a very familiar space, as it were. There is a large, powerful leonine creature behind you. You were calling.
I was.
What was it you were wanting from me?
I just wanted some guidance.
Well,
Things are happening that I don't understand and I don't know how to deal with. And I'm definitely not capable or strong enough to deal with whatever is going on right now, and I'm scared that I'm not going to be able to fulfill the duty that I have said I will do.
well, you have that much right at least. Sorry, I can't keep this voice up. And as you turn around, you see holding the severed head of a lion, Arlo.
What have you done?
Oh, redecorating. Which wall do you think? That one over there? That one over there? Or maybe we should have made him into a rug.
No, this can't be real. You can't. You're dead. You can't be here, and this doesn't make sense.
Just sort of sits cross-legged down. So, I shouldn't be here. Start pinching himself a little. But no, definitely. I mean, I can understand where the confusion is. I mean, it's not like I've ever at any point been a creature at the back of someone's mind or anything. Oh, no, wait, the other thing. I'm your new roomie. Say hi to your beast.
No. No. Absolutely not. No, this isn't real.
Oh, let's be fair. When did that ever work with you? You actually had a beast. Well, we're together now. Together forever. Isn't that what you wanted?
No, not with you.
Oh, my dear. Hammer's definitely as real as the other guy. So what do? Do we braid each other's hair, tell each other stories, paint each other's nails? How does it work? Oh,
No,
sorry,
you
just
are
kick the
leaving.
lion corpse to one side.
You are leaving. You do not belong here.
I believe the man put it best when he said, "Make me."
Fine. And I go to punch him.
You punch him in the mouth. He sort of like recoils back a bit, resets his jaw. Try with the other side. Maybe got a bit of more chutzpah in that one.
And I punch him again.
Cracks the jaw, basically turns his head almost halfway round. He just, with the sound of him basically lifting his head up and resetting every last one of his spinal discs, he just resets it in place. Try for the ribs next. You know, you might get an organ.
Now I'm gonna start pummeling him.
As you repeatedly beat on this effective figment of your imagination, he does not stop laughing.
Get out. You don't belong here. You're not real.
Everyone on the outside can hear her saying that in Kaizar.
Get out of my head. You're not here.
Oh,
How curious.
We killed you. You're dead. You're dead to us. You don't belong here. We have Kai now. We don't need you. Get out.
I think she's lost her mind.
no, I think something else is trying to take it from her. I don't have any way of dealing with this right now.
There is a sudden cracking sound off to the left-hand side, as you can see part of what probably was at one point a school just descends into the earth, breaking, smashing, bits of brick flying everywhere, glass obliterating in its frame.
I really don't know how we're going to come back from this.
Beckett's pace has tripled.
Let us be off. Quick.
We need to get out of here. Yeah. We need to do something about this. I'm not letting him take control of her. No.
Is it just a creature in a head, a memory, would you say?
I doubt it's going to be a memory.
Let us try something to give us some time. Alyssa, will you look at me a second? I just click my fingers at Alyssa and forget the creature, and I cast Cloud Memory.
Her eyes are closed, so
Oh,
does not
that-
affect.
I try to peel them open with my hands.
As you do, her eyes are rolled up.
Ah,
She
Yes,
is
it-
in REM sleep at best.
yes, this is definitely not helpful.
Meanwhile, back in the dream realm, you finally hit a powerful spin a couple of times, landing in this heap. He's still for a moment, and then a second, and then the cracking as all of his bones readjust back into place. Stands all the way back up and just Whew. Out your system yet?
Fuck you.
That's how we got into this mess.
And
He just gives you the shit-eating grin.
I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna try and will myself awake.
You try and will yourself wait. There's a few seconds where, and then you hear this sound in your ear. Someone chanting, "There's no place like home," in a really mocking voice.
I ignore it. I just keep trying.
Okay. Roll me a willpower check.
1.
Doesn't seem to be working. Your body is not well enough to bring itself around. Back to the outside.
Okay, she's doing something. Somebody needs to wake her up. Alex?
We don't really have time for this, though, Malachi, with what's going on. Is she going to be safe till we get to higher ground?
I don't know how safe she is. I need her awake. Do you have any blood that you can spare?
I'm getting quite hungry. But surely, let us see if I can offer some assistance.
Thank you.
And I bite into my wrist and force my blood into her mouth.
Okay.
Less gentle this time, because obviously time's of the essence.
I need a rouse check from you.
Actually, I know exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to do a red celibant. So I'm going to pull out some of my herbs and put them in my blood and then put them into her mouth. As she's immortal, that should give her some kind of dubious frenzy, I believe, to try and get her out of it.
Okay.
Dubious frenzy? What?
Jubilant, like joyous, kind of her living her innermost desires, basically, hopefully snapping her out of an adrenaline rush.
Okay. Wait, what are you doing? Are you drugging her?
It's basically a Cainite heresy skill.
Okay. All right. 2
rouse
seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely a rouse check first. I'm just gonna check.
Oh, thank God I'm fine. So also, what you guys would see is I bite my wrists, I pull out some things from my pocket, put them into her mouth, and then put the blood into her mouth, and I say a little prayer. Very quick, very low and whispered under my breath, but you can hear kind of whispered tones of words as I close my eyes and do it.
Alyssa,
Yes.
you still haven't managed to come around yet. You do still hear someone whispering in your ear. You know what I like best about your friends? Other than taking some of them to pieces and, the crucifixions are pretty entertaining. But you know what I really like about them? They're not afraid to push the button. Now, you and I share senses right now. I can see what you can see, feel what you can feel. And that taste to me is a little spicier than it probably should be. You hear in your head, doof, doof. And were it me, I'd not be feeding someone with a penchant for what's the word that came? Rage. I wouldn't be feeding anyone like that. Something that could potentially get me into any kind of a worked up frenzy. I mean,
Oh, no.
God only knows what happens when you wake up.
No,
right?
no.
Right?
This can't be happening, no.
Kai,
Yeah.
you see Alyssa's eyes snap open.
Mm-hmm.
Alyssa,
Cloak shadows.
rage.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
And shadows. So many shadows.
I want you to take, Alyssa, everything that you've potentially felt, all of what has occurred tonight, all of what occurred other nights, and I want you to direct it in righteous rage towards the first thing you see when you wake up. at full health.
When Alyssa opens her eyes, are they normally how Alyssa's eyes look, or are
Those
they
eyes are cat-like.
right? I'm going to watch her very closely. Very closely.
She starts frothing at the mouth in absolute fury.
And at that point, I'm going to activate lightning speed.
I've seen this before.
We've done this before. We'll do this again.
Oh dear.
Alyssa, the floor is yours.
Beast form.
Mm-hmm.
Step to the side, cloak of shadows.
Anima banner, full moon, righteous
Oh
moon,
dear.
charm.
Oh dear.
With the world falling down around you, Alyssa hulks out into a rabid, psychopathic version of her war form. The tattoos across her body burning blue but flecked with spots of red.
I'm lagging it.
And almost as if called upon, because the last person who actually tainted the blade is now very much apart. This dark green and flecked blue moon silver blade starts to etch itself into the world in her hand. It looks corrupt. It looks like it's basically been bathing in the river Styx. It looks almost black spirally, one might even say. Game on. Alyssa, with your ammo banner, you go first.
I am obviously gonna charge straight to Kai. I'm gonna attempt to slash him multiple times.
Yep.
Ah, foreplay.
I'm moving as quickly as I can away from any harm. So lightning speed is 2 times my sprint speed.
It would be, but with her ammo banner, she goes first.
She goes first, yeah.
So,
That means she starts moving.
As you're bolting, this happens first.
Okay.
So that's...
Strength plus melee?
Yep. And let's see, so it's...
Your melee, since you are in possession of Excalibur, melee 3, so it's a +1 to your melee, because you already have melee 3.
Yep. So it's 4, 8, 12... 12, 15.
15?
Yep.
Oh, that's sickening.
I take it, AJ, that my essence is the same as where I've left it from before.
Yes.
Yes, that's fine. So it is only the one. That's fine. So yeah, it's 15.
Yeah, you have not recovered yet your
Yeah.
essence pool, only your health.
Hang on.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Still a lot of
Jesus,
dice.
wow.
It wasn't that great.
man.
It wasn't that great. It's 7.
Not that great, she says, with 7 successes.
Yeah, on a pool of 15.
Kai!
That's average.
That's average.
Plus the
Yeah.
additional damage from the Excalibur.
As I'm running away, I guess I'm doing a dodge action, aren't I?
That would be advisable, yes.
Yeah. That is a thing that is happening.
Now, let me just quickly check some charms, also known as the how long can we keep you alive for. I mean, were it me, I'd be, foregoing the dodge and firing up a charm, or specifically a spell.
Oh, you want me to fire that one up? That's
Well, it's that or die, because you do not have enough dodge dice.
No, you do not. None of us do.
I've got.
I'm gonna say it's your call.
I have exactly enough dodge dice, but I'd have to get success on all of them.
Yeah, I leave it to you. You're welcome to.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cast that one on.
It's looking that way.
Well, I guess it's us two against each other after all.
So
Okay,
describe to me how the charm looks.
Okay, invulnerable skin of bronze. So, it is a terrestrial circle sorcery spell. It provides, so it turns my skin to basically aurica.
You do the description. I'll do the maths and the actual effect.
Okay, invulnerable skin of bronze. So that's +6 soak to lethal damage, +12 soak to
Again,
superficial.
just give me a description on how it happens.
On how it
Does it go full Iron Man? Does it like clasp over your skin? Does it just grow out? Do you suddenly get covered in molten metal? How does this work from a descriptive standpoint?
Let's go really fancy on it, shall we? So,
Sure.
as I'm casting this, essentially, sort of bronze wings sprout out of my back, and then they curl around me, forming extremely intricate armor that looks like it's sort of forged out of those wings.
I like it.
Ooh.
I'm also assuming that essence you're spending mostly out of peripheral.
Yeah. It's mostly peripheral. So yeah, 14 of it is peripheral, and then 6 of it comes out of personal.
So Alyssa, as you come striking down with the Excalibur, there is this sudden blaze of sunlight as the entire of Kai's body just lights up. The ground beneath him stains white and bronze as he suddenly becomes this living, affected avatar of the unconquered sun's will. It's not actual sunlight, so it does not defeat your shadows out, but at the same time, it's almost sunlight.
It's quite terrifying.
It is absolute horror to look on from Kindred, which is precisely the reason why Beckett's one look and just gone, no. Just no. All kinds of no.
No.
Yeah. Essentially, what's happened is there's a hotel and gods are fighting in it. No.
It's basically not even in the hotel.
No.
Near the hotel. So, Alyssa, how much damage do you do?
Good question.
You had 6, I believe, yes?
I had 7.
7. Does that count on Excalibur's bonuses?
Nope, that was just the 7 dice that I rolled. Oh no,
So-
wait, yes, well, the +1 to my melee.
Right. So, Excalibur gives a +3 to damage.
Okay.
So, 7 successes, so 10 total, yeah?
Yep.
Alright. Kai,
Yep.
I would like you, since your skin is basically made of metal now, to roll me your probably strength and brawl or melee, of which this is going to go great.
Oh wow. Okay. It's gonna go so great.
So roll your strength.
Yeah.
Oh.
2 successes.
On 2
So,
dice.
You take from the entire of Excalibur's forward momentum 2 health levels of damage.
Okay.
You do feel the skin and what's effectively the wings crack under the power of it, though. If you didn't put that up, you would be dead.
Yep.
So Elizabeth, Kai, Alec, now that Alyssa has imbibed of rage-inducing herbs, right? No, seriously, that's the best thing of the day. Thank you for that.
Oh, dear.
How are you resolving this?
Just put
You'll
it
see.
on the ground.
Who wants to go first? Kai, Elizabeth, or Alex?
I'm happy in Cloak of Shadows, waiting for this to calm down.
I think it's down to Dex levels, isn't it?
Nope, it's down to your choice. Because no matter what, Alyssa goes first on the normal turns, so you three actually doesn't matter what order you go in.
Oh no. I have no way of putting Elizabeth on law and unconscious. I don't think.
Well, you definitely don't if you don't try.
Yeah. So, I'm going to bring out those fire knuckle dusters. And go with the Dragon Grace Assault for a full just straight to the back of the head with a knuckle duster. Which will
You know
do...
what? Do it.
Yep. Which is just a minute. Dragon Grace Assault. 3 dice to its damage. Okay. So that's... And one more.
That's to hit.
Yep.
Explain
Those
yourself.
10.
That's a crit on 69.
Strength, brawl, melee.
You don't roll brawl and melee.
Oh, it's one or the other. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
I was looking at that thinking,
6.
hang on a
Yeah. 6 plus the 3 from the... Sorry, it should be 9.
That'd
9
say.
dice.
That's a shame. We
Reroll.
wasted 3 10s.
Yeah, I did.
That's 6 successes
That's
right in there.
5.
I'm just looking how it came out at 69.
Hey! So let's approve.
Right, there you go.
Okay, that's
3.
still a lot.
7 successes.
You're still on full health, though, don't forget.
Alyssa, using
It
what
is,
abilities you have,
flame damage.
what are you going to do about it?
I mean, all I can do is just use... I can just dodge. That's it, because I don't have any essence left, so I can't actually do anything.
That's fair enough. For once, not a bad shout at least.
Yeah,
No essence is a good thing.
all I can do is dodge.
There, actually, I would say, actually, brawl and strength versus athletics and dex. Athletics and dex is better, yeah. No, wait. I would say you would parry with Excalibur.
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, hang on, is she coming from behind me?
Yep, I was going for
You're
the back of
already
the head because she was...
Excalibur's already committed to an attack.
Yeah, she was attacking Kai with Excalibur, so I've come in behind with the knuckle duster to the back of the head to try and knock her
I
unconscious.
think you'll underestimate how quick Moonsilver is.
Yeah, true. Moonsilver is incredibly quick.
I would definitely say that despite the attack, you would be able to parry as well.
Okay,
But it would be at 1 less dice because of an additional person.
yeah.
So that would be strength plus melee.
So 4, 8, 12.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a lot of ones.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
It's a lot of ones.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 ones or 6 successes.
6 successes.
Wait. Oh yeah, because of the ones. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 successes.
And you had a total of how many?
I had 7 successes.
Then you have managed to score 1 point over.
Yay.
If you will bear with me and indulge me, counting weapon, which you have summoned into being.
Yep, which doesn't actually state in the book their extra damage is.
2 minutes, let me look. Fire. You said Dragon Graced Assault, didn't you?
Yep, which adds 3 points of flame damage.
So that's 3, 4, plus the actual weapon itself, which is under Earth?
Fire. Ghost Fire Arsenal.
Ghost Fire Arsenal. Okay, so it's a knuckle dust, as I said, it adds +1. That's 5 points. You
Damage.
take 5 points of superficial damage, which is half because she's a supernatural creature. As you punch her in the back of the head.
With fire damage, but it didn't do much because it's not the right type of creature.
I mean, yeah, basically. Kai,
Mummy!
what are you
Yep.
doing?
What am I doing?
As Alyssa basically tanks this to the back of the head.
Thing is, I don't want to hurt her, but the only non-lethal stuff that I have won't hurt her at all. Apart from, my fists are now made out of bronze.
They do extra bashing
Okay.
damage, yes.
In which case, could I go for a chin shot?
You can. That would be your strength plus your brawl to hit.
Yeah,
Your brawl now has 2 extra dice because of the bronze.
yeah. Fantastic. Not fantastic.
Oh dear.
Okay,
One
you
success.
swing for the face. 1 success was that.
Yeah.
Alyssa, would you do me a favor? Dodge.
Dexterity.
Yes. Dexterity and athletic.
Oh Jesus.
This is the first lot.
That was 4
That's
successes.
Yeah, there's no
This
need
is
to roll the second one.
Yeah, well, those 2 tens.
You just weave out of the way. Kai was basically the weight behind Kai's new form must be slowing him down somewhat because next to you, you look like Speedy Gonzales.
Yeah.
Alyssa, you move. One person has done you damage. Another has not.
Mummy.
Yep. However, you said I'm gonna attack the first person that I see.
That was the first turn.
Okay.
Because they were the first thing you saw when you opened your eyes.
Okay.
Now you're in a combat situation. You do not have the intelligence to perform massive amounts of tactics, but you do have more than enough annoyance stuff that hurts.
Okay. In that case, I'm swinging for Elizabeth.
Also,
Alyssa's-
don't forget, by the way, if you burn a point of rage, get another attack.
Oh God, I do, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Alyssa's current state is fire bad.
So,
Oh no.
attacks 4, 8, 12.
I miss my fortitude so much.
The entire scene of this, by the way, is taking place with large cracks rent in the earth, fire coming out of them, the sky streaked with lightning. A true apocalypse scenario as this werewolf lion thing. starts ripping into people. I understand, Alex. Not a problem.
No, buddy. How many successes was that?
5.
And I've got a dex of 4 and no athletics.
I mean, you could parry martial arts style. You have currently fire weapons.
Yeah.
Yes, I
So
would
brawl
like
and
to
strength.
do brawl and strength. So 6 dice. It's
Better than
better.
just rolling your deck.
First 5. And the 6th.
That was 2 successes,
2.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
2
that's-
successes.
3, 6. So, 6 health levels of aggravated damage, Elizabeth.
On the floor.
Would you like to use the use Excalibur to do raw damage or willpower damage?
Raw damage.
6 aggravated damage, Elizabeth.
On the floor.
No. In 2 pieces.
Yeah. Yep.
Alyssa, roll me a willpower check at the end of this turn.
1.
You,
Oop.
What?
if you burn a, God knows,
I didn't
if
even
you
touch anything.
burn a raw point of willpower, as in remove it,
Yep.
I will let you break this frenzy.
Yep. Not even a question.
Okay. The sheer sudden snap back to reality of what's just happened to Elizabeth shocks you into consciousness.
Oh god.
Now I have to know, was it at the waist or was it head to toe?
Or it would have been at the waist.
Okay. Awkward.
Hmm. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, crap.
And
Alyssa.
I am just screaming. I'm just screaming.
Alyssa, wake. Are you?
I'm
Oh my
screaming.
God.
I'm crying.
Alyssa, we've got to get out. We can't stay here. We've got to get somewhere. We've got to get somewhere where we can get Elizabeth help. We've got to get somewhere where we can get you help because there's something inside of your head.
I killed her, Kai. I killed her. I killed her. I killed her. I killed her. I killed her.
You haven't killed her. You haven't killed her. It's
She's
okay.
in 2 bits. Kai, he's in here. He's in here.
And we need to get out of here. We need to get to. I only know one person that will be able to help with this. There's a person that knows about bloody demons, and that'll be the prince.
God, I killed her.
Fuck.
I'm gonna turn and fling myself into Kai's arms.
You drop the sword to the ground with a clatter and just dive into Kai's arms.
I'm just gonna hug her as tight as I've ever hugged anything.
And at this point in time, I'm going to draw a curtain on this scene. Dim the house lights. And say that we'll be back next week.
Holy fuck.